we are at Hooters on Thanksgiving Day. We are eagerly awaiting our fantastic nachos.
So Keegan, tell me a little bit about Moana that you're looking forward to.
The Rock, obviously. Anything he's in, being a wrestling fan, anything he's in, I get a little excited for. The movie just looks really cool. From what I've seen in the trailers, it looks like it's going to be another top-notch Disney animation film. So, got a lot to look forward to with Disney animation, as always.
Disney has just been really impressing me lately, especially with their newer stuff, with their animation skills. And I really hope this one is just as good as Zootopia, because that one surprised the hell out of me.
How good is that?
What do you think of the nachos?
Pretty good. They've got a nice seasoning on the chips.
These are flame as fuck. Dude, I barely made a dent in these, and these are so huge. And I'm already getting
so
full.
good.
You want to know why? It's these motherfuckers right here.
Fresh jalapenos.
Yep. So, what would you give these nachos out of 10?
Are we doing the same rules for movies? No half scores?
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Fuck. Yeah, dude. You still need to see Doctor Strange?
Yep, still haven't seen it yet.
Got my free tickets. Pretty. Any last thoughts before we see the Moana?
Why did you build this thing?
I'm just looking forward to it. Let's do this.
Yep. See you in a bit.
All right. So,
I feel like death.
he had to run out of the movie at least twice to go to the bathroom to wipe his face up.
Yeah, it
I
was
was afraid he popped a bloody nose or something.
like, I don't know what the fuck happened. My allergies just kicked my ass. Oh my god. Ugh. So, we're not going to spend too much time with this, so I can go home and I can get some sleep and put some cold medicine in me.
Maybe in the next couple of days we'll elaborate on this more. But right now, he needs to get home.
Yeah, I'll try my best to, because I really did love this movie. In fact, I already know what I'm going to rate it, and I know exactly why. I want to see this movie again out of respect for Disney and everyone who worked on
And
this.
maybe see it in 3D next time around.
Yeah,
It's definitely... You've heard me say before, I'm not a fan of seeing things in 3D, but I think this movie warrants a 3D viewing.
Yeah, because I want to see this beautiful movie, in its entirety, for every single frame that was meticulously put together. And I hated walking out of the theater, several times to go blow my nose or something. And that's just, I hated that. And that's nothing involved with the movie. That was just something that happened to me out of nowhere. And while I was in the bathroom, cleaning my pathetic self up, I was thinking, man, I really, really, really love this. I really love the way that Disney has gotten so, each year they manage to impress me even more with how photorealistic, their animation has become. Even the characters have even though the characters have these fluid, cartoonish animations, the backgrounds are breathtaking. And I can confidently say that this is the best looking animated movie I've seen this year.
Absolutely. It's
even more than Kubo and the Two Strings, and I'm a sucker for stop motion animation.
Yeah, don't take that lightly. Kubo and the Two Strings was a fantastic film. It was absolutely beautiful. Leica's best work, but Disney outdid them.
Yeah, Disney really, 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 really,
Disney outdid everybody else and themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculously insane how much I loved this movie.
Absolutely. And just from that opening montage, it was so great. There was a little twist at the end that, I don't know if you saw it coming, but I definitely didn't.
I kind of, thought that's where the film was going to go, but when it happens to have that big reveal, no spoilers here. You guys are safe from that shit, because I hate that, especially without a spoiler warning. It is one of the most, beautifully, composite and what's the word? I'm too fucking sick to think of like smart terms right now, but you know, the duality of fire and ice.
Yeah, symbolism was very, very big in this movie.
You know, it was so fascinating to see, and I'm trying to come up with some sort of intelligent thing to say. I feel like shit. You guys have no idea, like, and it literally happened out of nowhere. Like, it was halfway through the movie.
They had the guy that does the Green Arrow in the animated series.
Yeah.
He was the fucking chicken.
He was the chicken. Why does that even need to be credited? You could have literally gotten anyone.
You could have gotten a literal fucking chicken.
My favorite thing in this movie, I would have expected to be Dwayne Johnson. I really liked Moana in this movie.
What was her name?
Like, she was debuting in
Aluli
this movie.
Cravalho.
Yeah, I think this is the first movie she's been in, and definitely singing. She has an incredible voice. I could listen to her sing for hours.
Yeah, Moana was her first role.
Yeah, I mean, good job.
Yeah,
Fucking good job.
and no, not to take away from what Dwayne Johnson did, because he was still fantastic. I didn't know he could sing. I wasn't expecting that. That was a little out of left field.
Yeah, I mean, he did great too. He added a lot of humor to this movie, but she, you know, easily stole the show for me. And I was surprised to see that because I really like Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
You know.
And another thing we need to give props to, the music.
Yeah, I mean,
they brought in Lin-Manuel Miranda from, you know, you may know him from Hamilton and other musicals he's done. He had an appearance on House. He was a recurring character in, I think, like season 5. And I mean, he's one of the biggest names in Broadway and music right now.
Are there brights bothering you too?
A little bit.
They need to fucking go away.
But it was a really good movie. Other things this movie did well.
The biggest reason why I liked Kung Fu Panda 3 more than Finding Dory was it felt like it had mythos to it. Like, the whole Kung Fu Panda series, it felt like there was a mythology behind them. It felt like a fantasy world, whereas, you know, Pixar movies are just kind of there, and, you know, they're fun.
And I'm a big fan of mythology in any sort of media, be it movies or books. That's why I was always a big fan of the God of War franchise, the Percy Jackson books. I'm a Greek mythology nut.
And kind of, you know, tailgating off of that, when I saw, like, the first, like, trailer for it, I don't know if it was the first or maybe the second one, it was in a movie theater, I saw, you know, the character of Maui that Dwayne Johnson was going to play with his fishhook, and I started thinking, like, wait a minute, I know this character. You know, he's the one that pulled the Hawaiian Islands out with his fishhook.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and, of course, his name's Maui.
And it plays on that.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, he's more than that in a good way. You know, he's a fun character, but they don't Hercules him.
Yeah, no, they don't make him overpowered. They make him very much tethered to humanity.
Not that. I don't feel like they kind of, you know, sugar-coated his mythos like Disney did with Hercules. You know, someone who murdered his wife and child, you know, because he was bewitched or something. You know, that's not in a Disney movie, but here you really feel like they respect the mythos behind Maui. And
didn't they? There was a little cut in, a little thing from the directors before the movie started, and I don't know if you were there for not.
I was in the bathroom.
Yeah, they actually, it was the same guys that worked on
Aladdin. I know that.
Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Hercules, Little Mermaid. It was those same directors.
Yeah, and they did a fantastic job with this movie. You know, Disney's CG animation is really impressing me, and I think Pixar might just want to throw in the towel.
I'm honestly, you know, I mean, I was really hoping that this movie would replace Frozen as like the definitive Disney movie, and in my opinion, it has. But we'll wait and see what the masses say about it. You know, I absolutely loved every second of this movie.
Every moment that I saw, you know, I mean, I didn't miss anything huge.
Yeah,
I saw a good summation of the movie. You know, total, I might have missed 3 minutes.
Right around there, probably.
But I know everything that happens in this movie. You know, I made sure to leave at appropriate times. You know, when there wasn't, you know, this fantastically visual action scene.
Which there were plenty of.
Yeah. And that's another thing that elevates this movie for me and kind of, you know, reminds me of Kung Fu Panda 3. The action is exciting to see, and it is designed so visually stunning. I mean, my jaw was dropped, like, throughout the whole time. You know, the lava monster, you know, you saw him, you know, going after the ships, you know, the little pirates that were attacking the other ship.
The little coconut pirates.
Yeah.
That was cute.
It was cute, but it was wickedly entertaining.
And it's not like it's marketed as a kids movie, but it's fun for all ages. It really is. You know, here I am, 21 years old. He's 18, and we're enjoying the shit out of this movie.
Yeah, and going back to like, it does feel like it's a mature children's movie. You know, Zootopia is one of my favorite animated movies this year, also by Disney Animation. There were so many allegories with that movie that made you think about the adult world that kids could also appreciate too. And this movie does not skimp on having, you know, a dark tone, you know, in some parts. You know, because there are moments that really, really make you want to feel, you know, anguish. And
a lot of that goes into something else I want to say, the character development.
Yeah.
In this movie. You know, again, props to Disney because they managed to do this in every single film. The character development, the way the characters come together and the way they change throughout the movie. You know, you go from Moana, this girl who, you know, she's going to be the next island chief and she's got all this to live up to, but it goes from her being really overconfident and, you know, to her being like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, and then at the end she just kicks all kinds of ass.
Yeah. And it's talking about that, you know, we see Maui, who's like, you know, this egocentric, you know, like, ooh, I'm, you know, the best there ever was, you know, everybody loves me, to, you know, being a true, you know, heroic figure for Moana.
Absolutely.
And there's all that sort of dynamic, you know, contrast between, that was the word I was trying to do, visual contrast, fire and water. I'm not an idiot. I'm not fucking stupid. God, I feel terrible.
But this was just such a good. It had a really small cast too. You go on IMDb, the cast only lists 11 people.
That's insane.
You've got Moana, Maui, the grandma, the dad, the crab creature, her mom, Alan Tudyk, who played the Green Arrow as Hey in Villager number 3. Yeah. Fisherman, Villager 1 and Villager 2, and then Toddler Moana.
You know, I keep complimenting the visuals. I really do. You know, it seems like I have a fetish for
we
visuals.
Can't do it justice.
We can't do it justice. You know,
I feel like every single, like, amazingly visual appealing movie, save for Doctor Strange, are movies that you and I have reviewed together. Like, every movie that just have visuals that have blown us away.
Yeah, I mean, it's just every year I feel like I get spoiled, and then Disney outdoes themselves. I never reach a point where I'm like, wow, okay, I've seen everything. You know, Disney will always up their game with each year to follow.
And I'm gonna say it right off the bat. Might get a little flack for this from people who maybe haven't seen the movie yet, but once you see the movie, you'll understand. Throw out your Frozen soundtracks because this one's way better.
Yeah, I'm really hoping the radio doesn't ruin this one. I was about to talk about that. I never liked Frozen because it was pretty much ruined for me before I could ever watch it. You know, everyone, you know, had a hard-on for Let It Go. Everyone fucking sang everything.
Everyone was beating their dicks to Olaf, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, let me just watch the movie for myself, you know? Don't give me a fucking word-for-word script synopsis of the movie.
And that's one of the things I think this movie did well was, you know, Olaf, as great of a character as he was a supporting character, and he ended up outshining the main cast. There's not that in this movie. You know who the main characters are, and there's nobody that really outshines them. Like, yeah, you got the fucking chicken who's just a dipshit that, you know, is running around, you know,
it's Kevin
somehow
from Ghostbusters, pretty much.
Pretty much trying its best not to get fucking killed, but, and you know, that's a really cute addition to the movie, but I mean, he doesn't take away from the main characters at all.
Yeah. you know, he just adds a little layer of humor to like an already entertaining
To an already
movie.
very humorous
But he
movie at
never,
that.
they never want him to steal the spotlight like Frozen did with Olaf, because, you know, when they had Olaf plastered in front of the entire poster, you know, almost bigger than everyone else. Like,
Completely forgetting about Elsa and Anna.
yeah, I mean, I will never ever like Frozen as much as everyone else, you know, says it's good.
It's a good movie, but it got done to death.
When I saw it, I really thought, wow, what's the big deal? Like, I liked Tangled a lot better.
Actually, I've never seen that one.
See, because when you talk about Disney's, you know, CG animated movies, the first one,
Frozen.
everyone always assumes that Tangled was the first one, and you would be wrong. Chicken Little was.
That's right, it was, and that was.
I haven't
shit,
seen that
was,
since 2005.
That was when 2005. Shit, man, I was still in elementary school.
I mean, they've had some bumps in the road, and here we are with probably my favorite Disney CG animated movie, even better, in my opinion, than Zootopia. And if there's nothing else for you to talk about, I know exactly what I'm going to rate this thing.
One thing I just want to say, Carrick knows exactly what joke I'm talking about, where I just fucking died. And it wasn't even that good of a joke. It was just a really good pun, and it's this giant crab creature, and Moana looks at him and is like, I just wanted to know how you got so crabulous, and I just lost my shit.
You know,
I just had to die at the pun. I mean, but yeah, let's move on to the rating.
I go last, as always.
Yep. 10.
10 out of 10. You know, I'm going to give this movie exactly what I gave Zootopia and Kubo Out of the Two Strings, which is a fucking 10 out of goddamn 10. So with our consensus of a perfect score, Moana! Blowjob from God!
Sploosh. We're gonna have to clean up his car a little bit after this.
Yeah, my face is already runny, and, you know, the texture of cum, you know, it's not the same thing. I'm fucking... Goodbye, guys.